close your eyes for a second and imagine this. It's early morning. The sky is a soft, heavy gray. You can hear the rain tapping against your window, slow at first, then steady like a rhythm your body already knows. And instead of feeling gloomy or frustrated, you feel something close to relief. You feel calm. You feel weirdly alive. Now, most people would look at you sideways for that. We live in a culture that practically worships sunshine. Sunny days get Instagram posts. Sunny days mean productivity, social plans, good moods. Zen, rain is the excuse people use for canceling things. Rain is the villain in the weather app. But here's the thing, and this is what today's video is really about. The people who genuinely love rainy days aren't broken, gloomy, or antisocial. If anything, psychology suggests they might be wired in a fascinatingly unique way. So let's talk about what's actually going on inside the mind of someone who hears thunder and thinks, finally. First, let's start with the sensory experience itself, because it matters more than you'd think. Rain is loud, but it's also consistent. That steady sound, what researchers call pink noise, has been shown to reduce cortisol levels, slow the heart rate, and nudge the brain into a more relaxed, focused state. It's the same reason white noise machines are a multi-million-dollar industry. Your brain isn't just tolerating the sound of rain. It's being chemically soothed by it. So when rain lovers say they feel calmer during a downpour, that's not poetry. That's neuroscience. But here's where it gets really interesting. Not everyone responds to rain this way. So why do some people feel liberated by gray sky, while others feel trapped? The answer has a lot to do with introversion, sensory processing, and something psychologists call environmental sensitivity. People who score high on introversion and sensory sensitivity don't just notice more details in their environment. They feel those details more deeply. For these individuals, the loud, bright, fast-paced energy of a sunny summer day can actually feel overwhelming without them even realizing it. It demands a certain social performance. It carries this unspoken pressure to be out there doing things, seeing people, being productive and visible. Rain quietly removes all of that. It gives introverts and sensitive types a socially acceptable reason to slow down. And psychologically, that feels like freedom. Think about it from a different angle. Have you ever noticed that some of your most creative ideas, your deepest conversations, or your most honest journal entries happen on rainy evenings? That's not a coincidence. Rain creates what psychologists call psychological enclosure, a sense of being safely contained, cocooned from the outside world. Your nervous system shifts from a state of alertness to a state of reflective calm. And in that state, your default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for imagination, self-reflection, and creativity, lights up beautifully. Writers, artists, and deep thinkers have known this intuitively for centuries. There's a reason so many novels were written in gray, damp cities. Now let's add one more layer to this, because psychology is never just one thing. A lot of rain lovers report that rainy days feel deeply nostalgic. Maybe it's the sound that pulls you back to childhood, staying home from school, watching droplets race down a glass. Maybe it's something about the smell, petrichor, that distinct earthy scent released when rain hits dry ground, which research shows is one of the strongest memory triggers in the human olfactory system. Nostalgia, interestingly, isn't just a sentimental emotion. Studies have found that nostalgic experiences increase feelings of social connectedness, self-continuity, and meaning. In other words, rainy days might actually make certain people feel more themselves. And here's the philosophical piece that I think is worth sitting with. Rain is honest in a way that sunshine isn't always allowed to be. Sun carries expectation. Rain carries permission. Permission to cancel the performance of busyness, to sit with your thoughts, to exist without agenda. For people who spend a lot of their lives managing the expectations of a loud, fast world, people who think deeply, feel deeply, and often need more recovery time than others, rain isn't just weather. It's a reset button. It's the world exhaling, so they can too. So if this sounds like you, here's what I want you to take from this. Your love of rainy days isn't a quirk to be explained away or apologized for. It's a window into how you process the world, thoughtfully, sensorially, deeply. You're not avoiding life on those gray mornings. You're accessing a version of yourself that the noise of ordinary days doesn't always let through. And honestly, that person is worth protecting. Next time someone tells you to cheer up because the sun isn't out, just smile. Because you already know something they don't. Some of us don't need the sun to feel warm. We just need the rain to come home.